Hello, welcome back. As you can see from the title of the video, we're working on the RX7, although as you can see from the contents of this video, we're not working directly on the RX7. I'm going up to see my friend Herdy, who has a vapor blasting chamber. He's done a few things for me in the past, but what I did this time was ask him if I could have it. So I'm going to have a go at vapor blasting. Basically, I've got all of the brackets and all of the bits that I took off the bottom of the car recently, all of which are extremely rusty. And what we're going to do is go through the process of vapor blasting, and basically I can find out whether it's as easy as it looks, because it does look like it's just squirt water at it with the blasting medium in it, and that's pretty much it. And you keep doing that till all the rust and the dirt's gone, but I suspect it's not that straightforward. So I'm going to find out, and I'm going to take you with me on that process, obviously, and then the last thing I've got to do after that is obviously take all these brackets and stuff home and give them a nice coat of paint. I don't think they need powder coating. I think that'll be excessive, so I'm just going to paint them. They're all bolted to the car anyway, so even if they do start to go rusty again after the fact, it's not going to be difficult to take them off and paint them again. So and once all the rust is gone, it'll just be a quick sand and sort of throw another layer of paint over the top. So I don't think it'll be an issue to fix that. I will bring you back in once I get to Herdy's place. I'm down here at Progrip Systems with my friend Herdy.
Hello.
We're basically going to, I'll show you the parts in a second, but we're going to clean them up a little bit with the wire wheel first, and then he's going to run through the vapor blasting chamber, which is over there that I'm pointing at that nobody can see. So one vapor blasting chamber. That's the sort of nozzle that we'll be spraying from, obviously the gloves and everything, and yeah, most people have seen one of these chambers before. This is the medium though, which is, it's different to sand in the fact that this is tiny glass beads, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a lot less harsh than sand.
So what it is we've got a really fine glass bead, which is roughly 150 to 200 microns, which is then in the sump of the blast chamber, which is also mixed with water, and the water acts as a lubricant for the media, and it glances off rather than impregnates into the metal, cleans it off.
Yeah, it leaves a much smoother surface,
yes,
as far as I understand it.
Yeah.
The main reason I'm choosing this over that is because you've got one of these machines. So it helps me out and it helps you out. So.
Yeah. One thing I will say is that it doesn't remove paint all that well, but we do have processes to get the paint off, but it'll still make it all shiny.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. There's a few spots in the brackets and stuff that I've got that you never get to by doing it by hand anyway.
Yeah.
So you may as well speed the whole process up and do this at the same time. This is what I've got. So this is all the stuff I took off the bottom of the car in the last video, and you'll see here like exhaust hangers. And then this one, you can see here, look, I am never ever going to get any tool or any sandpaper or anything inside there to clean that off. So the vapor blasting will take care of that for me, and in the ends here, and then I can give this a coat of paint when I get it home. So first job is to clean this off with a wire wheel. I've done all my wire brushing now. Herdy's now here with me on a microphone, so he can show me how to do this. Do we put all the pieces in together, or you just go one by one?
You can put them all in together.
Okay, that'll work then.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pile them all in. Yeah. I'm going to put this camera inside the vapor blaster as well. I don't know how well the shot's going to come out, but we'll find out. I squeeze past and just stick that right in the corner and just hit record. Oh, hang on. Old GoPro, you have to press on first.
All right.
All the new ones just go into standby when you're not using them, and then
right.
There we go. I don't know how well that'll come out, but we'll find out when I get home.
Yeah. All right, so I'll dump all these in within reach.
Yeah, within reach is usually a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, see that works. You can tuck
Now
it.
there is a little hole here, so smaller pieces like that can fall through into the sump. I will make you aware of that.
But there's no, that's the only hole, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the only hole in this.
So if I keep moving them left.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Okay. That's loud.
That is loud.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, when you're working it, when you take the foot off, well, when you go to put your foot back on,
yeah,
if you hold your hand so that you're grasping all of them,
yeah,
because this can sometimes blast off,
okay,
like come out from that bracket. So it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But it's still only at 4 bar.
Yeah.
So when you're up at 7, yeah.
Okay. So basically, just put this. If I hold it too close, is it going to ruin the part? Or
No.
So
You theoretically you can hold that there for an hour, and it won't really do anything.
okay.
Have you got your headphones on you?
No. I thought that on the way down, so I should have brought them. So it's pretty straightforward. Stand on the pedal, hold it under the street.
Yeah. Hold on to that when you
start it.
up.
Okay. Seems pretty straightforward. So
hey, if I can do it, you can do it.
yeah, just go for it until I run out of parts.
Enjoy.
So let's start with something big, I think. So if I hold that there. Yeah, I just feel like I'm not getting anywhere. That was the main piece I started with.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
Or is that just how slow it is?
That's what it's like with paint. So it'll fetch off, it'll start eating away at it,
Yeah.
but it never looks good.
Yeah, because I tried this piece that's mostly rust, and again, it just... I don't know whether that's just how it is or whether I'm overthinking it. Go on, you can have a crack at it.
Yeah, I'll have a quick go at it.
Yeah.
Just slowly get it.
That's quicker than I was getting it.
Yeah.
You blasted through that in like half the time
Yeah.
that I was even stood here.
Yeah.
And I had to go at 2 different pieces. So yeah, it's obviously, there is a technique to it.
Yeah. I don't really know what to tell you really. I mean, all I've changed is I've just turned off that valve because I could hear it more or less boiling in the bottom.
Yeah.
But that's on me.
Does this actually work, or is it just...
It does. I think the fuse has just blown because it was working when.
Yeah, when you first started it up, it was. Do you want to just check that, and then I'll have another go? Cool. I'll have another go. see, I've finished off all these parts. A little bit of medium sat on them, but once this dries, we can just blow it all off with an airline. And what you can also see is these are all starting to flash rust. So obviously steel exposed to air rusts immediately. All of these, all the same. So I need to take them home and paint them. Quick sand will take off all the flash rusting. And this has taken me about, what did I say, three hours, I think. And there's not a lot here. So this is a really, really time consuming job. So if somebody quotes you and you think that's a lot, it's because it is time consuming. It takes a lot of time to do just a handful of things. I need to take these home and paint them. And I also want to thank Herdy again for letting me use his vapor blasting and teaching me how to do it at Progrip Systems. So if you need anything vapor blasting, I'll put a link in the description, drop them a message and they'll be able to sort you out. I'm back home now. As you can see, these guys have started flash rusting. There is a rust inhibitor in there, but bare metal exposed to the air, this is tends to be what they do. So what I've got to do is a couple of things: is clean off all the rusting, which shouldn't take much. Just a hit with a light piece of sandpaper, it's not going to take much because it's just literally surface rust. Blast off all the medium that's left over on these, and then paint them, and then they can go back on the bottom of the car. So I'm going to clean them up and we'll get them painted. As you can see, these are all now drying. There we go, focus. What I did was buy this sort of freestanding clothes rail so that I could hang these off. This is just a hung off welding wire. Struggling to focus, there we go. So this lets me get a good coverage on them without having to do one side, flip them over, do another side, wait for it to dry, etc, etc. So just makes the whole process a little bit quicker, and I can get all the layers of paint on. That's all I've got for this video. Vapor blasting is actually pretty straightforward once you get the technique down. There is a bit of technique to it. Being able to, you have to do a lot of it by feel, because you can't really see much through the sort of screen, even if the wiper that was on their machine was working. It wasn't that good when it was working, so it's a bit, yeah, do it by feel. And yeah, it's not as good on paint as sandblasting would be, but it's a lot gentler on the material itself, which means you don't sort of tear holes in it and stuff like that. So I've still got some more scraping and underseal and rust and stuff to remove on the FC. It's going to be a little while before we get to the next part on the FC, but the next part is going to be dealing with the rusty arches, the rusty floor that's here, this sort of area down both sides. So all of that is going to have to be cut out and then welded, and then I think we'll have to do a little bit on the arch and a little bit on the sill as well, down at the other end, at the back of the car. But I've got to finish off scraping all of the underseal and all the surface rust and do all the treatment on that and everything, all that. So yeah, that'll be a little ways off. I've got some other stuff coming up, so we've got a couple more events. We've got Cars in the Park at Lichfield, that's coming up soon, and going to Festival of Speed So there'll be a video from each of those coming up. Where I'm probably going to do some stuff on Nicole's MX-5 and then one more video on the Volvo, but I'm not sure what order all of that's going to come out. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody. If you like the video, give it a like, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video.